Welcome to the Lit Life Pod, your weekly reminder to step out of the grind and into your purpose. This is the space where we stop letting life happen to us and start consciously choosing the life that we want to live. Maybe you've always felt different, but you could never quite put your finger on why. Maybe you felt that fire in your soul, and it's almost like you don't have a choice. You just have to go do the thing. But you're not sure what the thing is. You're not sure what it wants of you or where it's supposed to take you. Maybe you grew up being taught that you were supposed to go to uni, get a good job, and you've done everything right, but you feel like you're just running on a hamster wheel trying to keep up. I can't give you all the answers because we're starting from the same place, but you can come with me to find the answers. I want to share some of the alternative methods I've found that have worked for me. In a world where you need to work 9 to 5 to get ahead or even just to survive, you feel like you have less time for anything, yet the world expects you to get it all done. You're supposed to meditate, you're supposed to make fresh, healthy food, work out, take care of your kids, walk the dog. I don't know about you, but just thinking about all of that is enough to activate a stress response in me. The same stress response that's estimated to bring about 60 to 80% of people to the doctor's office with ongoing illness, aches, or pains. The same stress that keeps you in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And if you haven't heard it before, fawn is trying to please everyone. In every one of those cases, your body is severely depleted, with the biggest implication being the effects on your brain and your autonomy. I want to get into this briefly because I'm sure you've heard about the stress response before. But by becoming conscious of what this does to your brain and your physical body, you can approach anxiety and stress in a more conscious way, meaning you get to keep control in situations when you would normally default to your animal brain. This really is the core concept of what I want to open your mind to. Think about it. I have a Pomeranian, the kind of dog who is known for being yappy. She's living up to it right now. What causes her barking is her animal brain reacting to a trigger. Noise sets her off. She is my inbuilt security, and pretty much anything will set her off. It can take a while sitting down with her to settle her. This is the exact same section as your brain, referred to as the limbic brain or the animal brain. The animal brain is responsible for releasing chemicals and creating feelings. Have you ever been triggered and had the experience of your mind just going absolutely crazy, and no matter what you do, you cannot settle it down? Congratulations, you found a section of your brain with the equivalent of small dog syndrome. It's becoming aware of this trigger that allows us to activate the higher parts of our brain, the frontal lobe. The CEO of your brain that is responsible for rational thinking, decision making, and is able to restrain your emotional responses. If you become aware of the emotion of being triggered, then you're back in control. Suddenly, instead of reacting like an unconscious animal, then you have the ability to rationalize and decide to take actions which lead to a better outcome. Animals act from their animal brain most of the time because they only have 7% frontal lobe as compared to humans' 40% frontal lobe. So I don't want any excuses as to why you can't use yours. The key thing here being, you are taking back control of the life that you've been living unconsciously. So I've been writing a guide based on my own experiences to help other people who feel stuck or like they're out of control to take their life back. In the meantime, I thought I might give a podcast a go because there's a lot of information that could really help people, and it takes a long time to sit down and write a book. Sorry guys, I'm sidetracked. My dog has come to sit with me and sit on everything I wrote down to share with you guys. There are some things which we need to change as a collective, but there are also things that we can do personally and individually which can completely change the experience that you are having in your life. Sometimes just a small adjustment, even into what might seem like the same thing, can drastically change your perception of what that thing is. And in turn, this will change your health and your stress response. The biggest issue I'm seeing today is that we're so busy, we're so overloaded, we're so overwhelmed for so long that the chronic levels of stress start to feel normal. If you ask most people in their day-to-day life, they'll tell you it's just another day. They don't feel stressed. If you took that same person and gave them a month off work and paid them to do absolutely nothing but relax, then by days 5 to 7, they would likely be crawling out of their skin trying to find something to do. Why? Because their body has become so used to operating at that level that it's actually become uncomfortable for them to relax. It's such a foreign concept that they don't even remember how to do it for prolonged periods anymore. The worst part is it would start to eat at their sense of self-worth. People have come to believe that their worth is derived from this constant movement or constant perceived productivity, and that relaxing is lazy. But these are the exact thought patterns that we need to target, because this is what is constantly pushing people to stretch their stress response to the point where it becomes unhealthy. Just like going to the gym constantly will stress your muscles and increase the capacity for exercise, consistently loading your body with stress will stretch your capacity to deal with it. But just like your muscles, stopping and taking a day off won't return you to baseline. You're still building, and you've plateaued at a level of stress that is inherently unhealthy for you in both your mind and your body. The second thing that comes from this is we need to recognize that our value is not in the constant doing, it's in the being. I was lucky enough to travel the world and have a lot of experiences in my early 20s, and I can clearly contrast that with the person I became when I joined the corporate world in my late 20s. As a traveler, I had so much energy, hope, and excitement for what the next day, month, or year could bring. In the corporate world, I was grateful. I finally had the life that I thought I always wanted. But at the same time, I'd work 8:30 to 5. I'd come home so tired. My social life was impacted from the lack of energy. My physical health declined as a result. And honestly, it feels like doing, but that it has taken my capacity to be present, to be loving, to be energetic, to take care of myself, to take care of those I love. Think about the person you are when your life stresses you out versus the person you are when you're in a state of relaxation and freedom. The person I see with freedom laughs more, dances more, exercises more, has the presence of mind to love and the time to put into friends and family. When you contrast the two, it's obvious. Your truest value comes from being the best you that you can be, and in your own way, not constantly striving to meet someone else's standards and burning yourself out in the process. Another important factor to recognize is that your power is in your individualism. Every single person on this earth has a specific set of gifts and talents and perspectives that only you have. That is your value in this world. Don't be afraid to be yourself and to be different, because it is your gift and what sets you apart from others. If you have 300 variations of the same item on a shelf, but there's one item that is different, that item is going to draw attention, whether that's good or bad. By putting your energy into your natural abilities or what you naturally feel called to do, you are creating your very own brand differentiation, which will resonate with your people. If they're not your people, they won't resonate with it, and like your social media feeds, it will filter out of their algorithm. But the people who are waiting for your voice, idea, talent, or product, they'll be so glad you finally arrived. The thing that gives you your spark is going to inspire others the most. The thing that lights you up, you talking about that is going to light others up, and you won't even know. With all of that said, if you're feeling lost and stuck in the journey to finding yourself, or even better, the journey to recreating yourself, then tune in and join me as I go on my own journey that you just might resonate with. I've always been of the belief that we should make an effort to do the hard inner work. So many of us don't like ourselves. We constantly compare ourselves, we doubt ourselves, or we question whether we can fit neatly into society's boxes. I'm here to remind you that maybe you're not supposed to, and it's okay to be human. We have human thoughts and human feelings, and these naturally have a negative bias. But don't let the negative bias stop you from sharing the real you with the world, because every individual brings their beingness to this world in their own way, and that is your power. I'll see you next time.